everybody.
Oh my gosh. This is my first time seeing that too, y'all.
Surprise, I made an intro for the thing.
Hi, everybody.
Who else here? Hey, Carrie, and hey, Keith. Hello, Kevin.
Kevin and Dylan.
Dylan, how's it going? Jordan, good to see you.
Kilgore Trout.
What's up?
That looks like it's everybody in chat right now,
Emma's
right?
seeing
Everyone
Gary
that's not
Newman.
in chat.
That's fun.
Say what?
So I've been working on this intro for a long time, actually, but like it just sort of came together in the last 2 weeks or so, where I figured out a better method for working on it and using Blender, and I thought I would talk about it and show you how I made it. Yeah, I'm gonna play it again just so you can see it again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I made that in Blender, and it's all like rotoscoped stuff. So like let's see here. So this is Blender on the screen. Can you see my, yeah, my web cursor is working out. This isn't going to be a Blender tutorial or anything, because that's like beyond my ability. But
Because you were learning as you went along.
yeah, I was like on YouTube doing stuff. So like here's like the video that I started with. And then over the top of that, you can see I got all my keyframes down here at the bottom. And I started off with these guys, just doing an outline. You can see I didn't do every frame. I sort of like just did enough to barely get it done. And I did a lot of, these are fun, the sort of blurry panels. Carrie, it makes a cube every time you start a new file.
Does it?
Yeah, it's called the default cube. Every time you open a file, there's a cube there.
Keith wants to know if you're really trapped in an orange void, empty orange void when...
I am, all
Before
week
you
long. And then as soon as 7 o'clock hits on Friday night,
it
everything
becomes an
turns
empty
blue.
void.
It becomes an empty blue void.
But it's a calming, soothing blue void.
Yeah. So there's 4 shots in that intro, and they're all basically like done the same way, where I shot a video and then rotoscoped over the top. This one is really straightforward. So there's a layer of lines, and then there's a layer of flat colors that are pretty cool looking too, actually. Let me hide this and just play that. Like, that by itself is like pretty fun looking.
It is.
And I thought it was funny that my glasses were the same color as the background, so I just left that.
It's like a reflection.
And then I also have this layer that is just like little kind of special effect-y things, mostly around my eyes.
I thought he looked like a superhero too, Dylan. Whoa, just seeing your eyes flash like that is fun too.
And these are all like Like all of the line work is on a layer, but then I have the orange thing as a plane back behind my head. And then the plane, I guess, is worth mentioning. It's just using what they call an emission shader, which is basically a solid color. It doesn't receive shadows or lights, but it can actually be turned up to become its own light if you want to. Element computer. That's really funny. Sims 4 does need more Hellraiser. Yeah, Jordan says Flow was made in Blender and won an Oscar. This should also win an Oscar. I don't know if that's true, but I am very proud of it. The Blender, if you don't know, I guess I should have started with this. Blender is like 3D modeling, like it's primarily a 3D modeling and effects software, and it's free. It's open source, and it's created and run by a company called the Blender Organization, and they're basically a nonprofit. And excuse me, you can download it from blender.org. It does have a pretty steep learning curve. Even I, like having done 3D stuff for years and years and years, learning Blender I found was really hard because there's a lot of like kind of weird idiosyncratic stuff about it that takes a little bit of time to get over that hump. But it also has this thing called Grease Pencil, which is basically 2D animation. Like if I make a new 2D animation, don't save. It's basically like, come over here. Actually, let's just go like one, make a new keyframe. So this started as a part of the program that you could use to like make notes on your animation. Like I think the idea was that like a director could watch a clip and then actually just write notes, and it's like, fix this. But people quickly started using it for different stuff. So now they've built it out until it's a pretty decent like 2D animation program. Also, boop. This is really good stuff.
You got a good squash on there.
Yeah. Yeah, Dylan says it's amazing how you can animate nowadays when it used to be really hard, expensive, and needed special tools. Do you remember when I got on an animation kick
Yeah.
long time ago and would sit on the couch with a light box
Yeah.
and just paper clipped, and then I had to shoot it?
Even before then, as a kid, you would
Yeah, I did flip books and
flip
stuff.
books in the phone book. Yeah.
No.
I remember when we had to get pretty expensive computers, or you had access
Oh,
to pretty
for doing
expensive
Maya
computers.
stuff and 3D
Yeah.
Max stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Software was expensive.
Yep.
You didn't have YouTube to turn to.
No, I
We
used
had
to have,
so many of those books.
I used to have to go down to Barnes and Nobles and spend $60 to get a book on like how to do 3D Studio Max.
Yep.
Those books, I don't even think they make books like that anymore.
They probably do.
Maybe.
But yeah, why would they when there's
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yeah. Lonesome Hunters animated film with I wish. Man, that would be great. So there's also different brushes, and these are all like vector brushes, which is kind of cool. So like you can actually, like if I zoom in on these, you can see the vertices, and you can actually like edit the lines after you've made them pretty easily. And you can like...
You could animate that. You can animate moving the vertices.
You can like change the line weights afterwards. Yeah, you can totally animate this. What else can you do? You can do all sorts of stuff. I don't know. There's like a million YouTube videos about this. But one of the cool things about it is it allows you to be like, okay, here's a keyframe, and then you can duplicate the keyframe. I'm doing that down at the bottom there. And then I can go into sculpt mode and actually like grab a line and change it. And you can see the green, that like pale green is my onion skinning.
It's so that you can
see other frames in relation to the one you're working on.
the one before or multiple ones before.
You can do multiple ones before, and you can do multiple ones after. So there's
Oh.
So I use
So
this.
you can see where these changes line up with what comes before and what comes after.
Yeah. So I use this a lot, especially in, I think, the fourth shot, where I smile and wink,
Oh,
where
yeah.
things only changed a little bit.
Yeah.
So I could actually just duplicate the keyframe and then sculpt it to be the slightly different keyframe that I needed it to be.
Hi, Shell.
Hey, Shell, what's up? Oh, you just started a Blender course. That's awesome. I'm like remarkably. I'm a Blender. This is a Blender fan channel nowadays. I'm just so impressed that there's a software like this that is free, and it works really well, and it does a lot, and it does it well, and yeah, and they don't want it to be a money thing. I don't know. Like, I really, really wish that somebody would do this for Photoshop.
Yeah.
Would have a nonprofit that made something good and kept it open source. And
Is that not Affinity?
no, because Affinity costs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, and Shell says it's so much better than it used to be. That's true. After, like, before, I think it was version 2.8 or something, it was almost unusable. It was like everything about it was so idiosyncratic, and I think there was a thing where it was like to select an object, you right-clicked on it, but nothing told you that.
Oh.
So you would, like, I installed that software so many times and then couldn't figure out how to select something.
Oh, no.
And just like was like, okay, never mind. But they finally fixed it up, and it works like a normal piece of software. Kinda. There is some stuff like the delete key doesn't do anything. It's always the X key. So you can hit delete all you want, it doesn't do anything. So if you hit X, then you can decide to delete something, which is weird. And there is all kinds of little things like that that are kind of peculiar. So let me see. Let's see what the... So here's the second shot, and this is probably the most complex one because I got a bunch of different objects. I have a chair, which is just sitting there. I have a desk, which includes the papers on the floor, and that also is just sitting there. And then that is nothing, I don't think. Yeah, it's nothing. I don't know why that's there. This is the paper, which I actually hand animated like that. I didn't rotoscope that, I just animated it.
That would be hard to rotoscope.
It'd be very hard to throw a piece of paper and have it do that.
Yeah, just exactly like you need.
Yeah. And to do the zoom out, it's like the camera is actually moving. You can see this little black pyramid triangle-y thing, like that's the camera. And like the zoom out is just that guy animated along the Y direction.
Hi, Frankie.
What else is going on here? Oh, the one that wasn't a thing is a thing. It's the clock ticking.
Oh.
Wait, where'd you go? Oops, what'd I do?
You lost it now. Oh, wow. We're spinning around.
Uh-oh. It might be
Crashing?
it might be crashing a little bit. I think running OBS to do the live stream and running Blender is a little bit hard on my little MacBook Air.
A computer, okay.
So the thing that I said wasn't a thing is actually this clock up here that is ticking. Oh yeah, we're chugging all of a sudden. I don't think there's anything I can close to do it, to fix it.
Oh, now it, yeah.
Is it doing something weird?
It looked like I could see the clock over to the left-hand side on a different panel from the orange for a second.
One thing though that is really cool is, let me hide that, and let me hide that, and let me hide that. So these are like two different objects.
It's just your legs.
It's just my legs, and it's just the desk. And you can kind of see, I mean, it's lagging so hard right now, but there's a little bit of a wiggle. Let me get rid of the animation on the desk. That's not it. All right. So this is funny. There's two different things going on here. You can kind of see the lines are like jittering. And that is just what they call a modifier that I put on these things.
Huh.
If I go to this little wrench icon, you can see the modifiers, and it's just called noise. And if I change like the position, you can see things get all wild.
Do you think the noise is how they did the home movies?
Home movies, the squiggle vision.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
something similar.
I
Like they
it
did
was
not
they
did not use
hand-drawn.
Blender, but they did use a thing that like automated the squiggle vision thing for home movies. So this is squiggle vision, but it's like adjustable. And if you make it like kind of subtle, it's cool. Like it makes it look like you've drawn every frame, even though you haven't. And the other thing is like you can kind of see like the camera looks like it's jerking in and out.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually a noise modifier on the camera, which, how do I get that to come up? I am absolutely an amateur at this.
You're more knowledgeable, more of an expert than I am.
That's true. But I put a noise modifier on the camera motion, like location, because when it was pulling out, it looked super perfectly smooth because it was like on ones. It was like every frame was a perfect movement. So I put a little bit of noise modifier on the animation, so it was a little bit jerky too.
Yeah. Which added some life to it.
Let me reload this.
The imperfection. Coach McGurk is an icon, Jordan. You were right.
He's legendary. God, that was such a great show. I still have like
That's what Carrie said.
still have the CD, and kind of that's a really good road trip
It is good road trip music.
Yeah.
Why didn't we listen to that on our way to Boise?
That's a
or
really
home?
good question. We should have. Huh, huh, and a
Oh,
race.
I want to
torso
sing
went
some
for
more
coffee.
stuff.
Yeah.
Movie stuff.
So I guess you can kind of see the noise thing where it's just not zooming back super smooth. It's a little bit jerky.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I guess you can see pretty clearly the onion skinning here where, how do I have it set up? Is it? Okay, so the blue are frames that came before the current frame, and the red are frames that come after.
And what's the purple? Or is that blue?
That's
That
blue.
page?
Oh, the page?
It was purple.
Where'd it go?
Yeah, it's gone now.
Yeah, I have to like... That is because the page has different onion skinning settings.
Oh, okay.
So if I go to the paper,
There,
you
I
can
see
kind of
it's
see it's
purple.
got the yellow and green instead of blue and red.
Yeah.
Like one of the things about this whole project is that it is so sloppy. Like it makes me cringe a little bit going through these files because back when I was making video games, I was very good at like keeping my files clean, naming everything properly, and then on this thing I was not. It's very sloppy and it's a mess.
It was just a lot for you to learn as you went along.
Hey Michael, welcome to the what are
Animation
it called? The
cooldown.
cartoon cooldown.
Oh, cartoon cooldown. Yeah.
I don't know if there's much. Here's like let me get the the thing I rotoscoped so you can see the original. So this I just filmed on my iPhone. Wait.
Shell
There you go.
says, they say, look,
Oh.
if no one's paying you to name your files and your layers and your objects properly, seems fair to just do what the
Yep.
bare minimum is.
I do not know why it's not playing the video.
It is playing the video. I see it.
Yeah, but I'm not moving. Like I actually filmed a video
Oh.
of me like scribbling and throwing paper and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I only actually used a small loop of it, and then I looped it.
Hi, Lucas. Lucas says, oh, dang, this is exactly the kind of Blender stuff I'm trying to learn.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the next time we get together, we should talk about it. It's very fun, I think. So you can see I'm just doing the same loop over and over. Every time I throw a page, the loop starts over. Throw.
I love your shoulder swoosh.
Thank you. And you can see like how one of the things you can do, like the head, at some point I stopped sort of drawing the head and just kept one frame and moved it around a bunch. And it worked really good.
Hi, Gary.
Hey Gary, what's up? I hope you're doing good, dude. I haven't seen you in forever. I'm very serious about naming conventions at work, but for one-off solo stuff, I'm kind of the opposite. Well, for one thing, like, almost the only, like, real naming convention stuff I have to deal with nowadays is layers. And I have everything I can. I automate creating layers so that the names are always super consistent, and I have places to put stuff. But like knowing how to use Blender is so new to me that I'm like, yeah, it's a clusterfuck. I'm just making shit up as I'm going.
I would not say that you're the opposite of naming things well at work, but meh for stuff that you do just for fun.
And then here's the shot with the clock. And this one, again, I didn't use a video, but I did use just a photo of my wall clock that hangs over my desk. And this one is just like straight, super simple hand animation stuff. The you can see down here at the bottom, I have like a little like anticipation frame, and then it clicks. Boop. Anticipate, click, and then anticipate, click, and then anticipate, click. And then I did a bunch of stuff where it's like, oh, it's 7 o'clock, time for the cooldown. Woo! And here you can see the squiggle vision pretty clearly, like, because the body of the clock and the numbers is just a single drawing, and then the way it's wiggling is just me adding that noise.
Nice.
Noise thinger.
Shell would love to learn more about how to animate layer naming, etc.
Animate, layer naming,
Automate.
etc.
Automate, excuse me.
Oh, yeah, no, it's just using, in Clip Studio, it's called Auto Actions. What do they call it in Photoshop? It was like, it's actually been a long time since I used Photoshop.
Is it called a macro?
It's like macros, yeah. I don't think they call it macros in Photoshop though, but I can't remember what it's called. This is way further into Blender than I ever got. I was trying to learn it for a t-shirt design. Oof. I don't know if Blender is the best for a t-shirt design. That's like a lot to learn for like...
For a stationary
for something,
image.
yeah, there's a lot of things that are better for doing a t-shirt design than Blender. All right, so...
What would you suggest then?
I would suggest like Photoshop or Illustrator or any of the Affinity products. Like Affinity is basically what I'm using for all my stuff nowadays. All right, so this is the last shot.
Yeah, I think Big Top Burgers is animated in Blender.
Yeah, Big Top Burgers is absolutely Blender. In fact, he has some really good, not really tutorials, but like he does videos basically like this where he like walks through doing animations and stuff. But he goes very much in depth with it. And I watched a lot of those actually figuring out how to do this stuff. How different is Affinity from Photo and Illustrator? Photoshop and Illustrator. It's like, I think Affinity is about 80% of Photoshop and Illustrator, maybe 90%. There's some stuff that Photoshop and like Adobe stuff is better at, but
I was able to transfer my working in Photoshop or in all the Adobe stuff into Affinity really quickly.
Yeah.
It was hardly an adjustment for me at all.
I find myself having to Google a lot of stuff with Affinity where I know what it's called in Photoshop and don't know what it's called in Affinity or where it's at.
I think I did a little bit of that at the beginning, but then things... I can't even remember how long ago that was that I had to do that. And I haven't been using Affinity for very long.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's pretty easy to transition actually. And Affinity is cheap enough, like especially, they seem to have an annual sale where it's like, I think $80 for Affinity Publisher, Affinity Designer, and Affinity Photo. And Photo is like Photoshop, Designer is like Illustrator, and Publisher is like InDesign. Affinity Publisher is definitely missing some stuff that InDesign has, but it's the best alternative I've used in a really long time. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's like 90% of the stuff you need is there and works great. And like the 10% of the stuff is stuff that either isn't there or is kind of there but feels awkward and not quite fully implemented or implemented in a way that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Affinity. And at the very least, I'm glad that it's not a subscription thing. And
Yeah.
it works on my computer and my iPad and all that kind of stuff. So this one was kind of the longest piece of animation because it doesn't loop. Like almost everything else had. Well, the first one didn't loop, but it was a lot shorter. And then this one is longer, but doesn't loop really at all. And you can really see, though, on this one how low my frame count is. Like between this frame, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I went 5 frames before I did a new drawing. And it's actually the same drawing, just sort of like sculpted into a different shape or moved into a different shape.
Oh. Like just shifted.
Yeah. And then I like hold this. But I guess one thing worth showing is that here is the video. Will the video
That
play?
you rotoscoped
Yeah.
from?
This is what I rotoscoped from. And I changed the timing a lot. And you can kind of see, like I sped it up a little bit, which is kind of fun. Like I could,
It's so weird looking.
yeah. It's like my ghost. It's like you can see my spirit for a second.
Yeah, there's no hat.
Oh yeah, no hat. And then the background, I have this plane in the background, and you can see the keyframes here for the color, which is just, hello? Why can't I see? Oh. So you can see sort of the color for this, the material on here. And I just have a keyframe where it switches from that orange to the blue. Chug, chug, chug. Yeah, it does not like live streaming and running Blender at the same time.
Yeah. It's some of the things that you do in Blender, but not all of the things.
Yeah, I think it feels sort of like after a minute of like scrolling through and hiding things, it starts to not have a good time. And really, without streaming, it runs really good. Like on my MacBook Air, which is like an M3 MacBook Air or something. Works great. InDesign would show up once a month to smack $40 out of my hand and dangle loogies. For reals, man. Like I feel just so excited that I'm saving whatever $650 a year by not having an Adobe subscription right now.
Mm-hmm.
That $650 I could spend
We
on
need it.
synthesizers.
Bills.
So that's basically the whole thing. Here, I'll show you again the intro.
For those who came in
Oh,
late,
I guess,
late.
yeah, for
later.
people who came in late. And also, like, I did the video editing in DaVinci Resolve, which is also free and is a great piece of software. But again, weirdly idiosyncratic. Like, DaVinci Resolve is actually, I think there's a lot of people using it nowadays, particularly because it has really good color correction tools. But it's weirdly idiosyncratic. It's a strange piece of software. My job pay for Adobe, yeah.
Dylan's
Yeah, the
asking.
$600 plus was for the whole suite. All right, so here's the whole finished thing after I edited it in DaVinci Resolve, and then I also did some filters and stuff. Like I did some chromatic aberration and some noise and stuff like that. Yeah, and the music's like, I don't know about the music. I feel like the music got to a point where I was like,
Good enough for
it
what
was
it's
sort of good
for.
enough. Yeah, and I was like tired of um, tired of messing with the music, and I was just really excited to finally call the intro done. So I don't know. I might change any number of things about this as time goes on, but we'll see.
He made the music, Dylan.
Dylan, I made the music. I recorded it. Well, I arranged it in Logic Pro, which is not my favorite. My favorite music software is Reason, which is sort of like old school kind of electronic music software, but I really like it. And but it doesn't support video, which but Logic Pro will let you bring in a video so you can sync stuff and do all that sort of stuff.
I'm with Keith that it needs a little ding when you wink.
Oh yeah, I could use a little ding.
Hi, Floyd.
Yeah, hey Floyd, thanks. This is a 100% accurate video of me making comics. I don't know what else to say about it. That's sort of the whole thing. Are there any questions? There's so much stuff in Blender that I like. I don't know. It feels so strange to me because because I did spend like 8 to 12 hours a day in Maya when I was doing video game stuff. But that was like 15 years ago now, and like that knowledge is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And Blender is just different enough that it like really like there's stuff that I used to be really good at. Like I used to do a ton of like character rigging, and when I have sort of started to dig into that a little bit with Blender, I'm like, I do not get it anymore. I don't understand rigging at all anymore. And kind of the same with the materials in Blender. For the 2D stuff, the materials are really, really simple. Like, if I grab my guy, is this me? Yep, this is me. And if we look, so this one I did, oh, come on, go to draw mode. So I did my head on one layer, and then I did my body separate, because they don't have like, they don't really match up entirely keyframe wise. Like sometimes there's keyframes on my body but not on my head, and sometimes there's keyframes on my head but not on my body.
Oh, yeah.
But the shaders on this stuff are very simple. You can't do a ton with them. Like, let's see here. So if we select the stroke material, we can turn this to like dots. And now the lines are all dotty. which looks pretty cool. I think you can adjust that some, but I don't really know how. And this one, the dots are squares, which you wouldn't know unless you looked up close. And they're all little squares. And I think this sort of has to do with if you have a custom brush and you're using like a little graphic for a stamp, that it would sort of fill this square or something. But I don't actually know what I'm talking about. And yeah, if you set it between solid and texture, like if you do texture, then you can load up a little PNG or a JPEG or something to use as your brush. Or so you can do a stroke and you can do a fill. You can see that if you do a fill on here, things get silly.
They do get silly.
Um,
Whoa!
like that's what
Now
the
you look like a superhero again.
and then you can just set the color to be whatever you want it to be. I just have to remember not to save any of this stuff. So here it is with that stroke and the fill. So if we have it with, so right now we have it with a black outline and this magenta fill, and if I draw on a keyframe, oh, everything's locked. Wait. Active layer is locked or hidden. Oh, it's because it is locked or hidden. Let's go to this layer. You can see this is what the fill looks like. And you can also do like if I make a new thing.
Can you do it? You were doing it without the outline.
I was doing what?
When you were drawing your fills,
Yeah,
you
so
were doing
if
it
I
without the
go,
outline.
so we got a new file, we're going to go to the material. We have a stroke with no fill.
Okay.
We draw a thing. And it's lagging a little bit again. And then you can see down here at the very bottom left, if I go to the fills, then I can, oops, go to a different material. You can see this sort of on the far right. Right now it's set to this gray color, but let's make it something we can see real good. Make it orange. So this has no stroke and does have a fill, and this is how I did most of the coloring. But you could also, if you close all your shapes really well, you can just use the fill tool over here and go boink and fill things,
done.
which is very handy. And in fact, you can, if I go back here, let me see. I'm going to make some more keyframes. Oops, wrong shape. Boop. That one's closed. New keyframe. That one's closed. Boop, boop. Okay, that's enough. So we have these 4 keyframes of a blob blobbing around. You can actually, if I know how to do this right, select all 4. We'll get this solid fill. And if you click, no, how do you do it?
Oh, I didn't.
There's a way you can fill like every
All of
layer
them?
all at, oh, I'm on the wrong layer for one thing. So if I go to the fills layer, will it do it? I don't. Man, I thought it was going to be slick and do something cool.
There is a way to do it though.
There is a way to do it where
Just
it
have to
feels
watch
like...
a YouTube video
Yeah,
for a reminder.
yeah, exactly. So if you're careful with your shapes, you can actually just use the fill tool and it goes really fast. But I was not careful with my shapes and had to go through and color them by hand. And you can see pretty clearly that like the fills don't match half the time. Like
It's very
like
home
here on his neck.
movies.
Yeah. And I was kind of going for a, like in my mind, I was thinking of like, there's that Disney, um, there's a thing in the 70s when Disney stopped doing ink passes and they would just do Xeroxes of pencils. And then they
Okay.
would paint the back like Robin Hood was like that. And it was like
Okay.
everything looked a little bit sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
So my idea was like it would be part sketchy, part rotoscoped feeling, like
Yeah.
Fire and Ice kind of a thing, or like the Spine of Night. And I don't know, it kind of doesn't. It does. I don't quite achieve either of them, but I don't know, it's kind of fun.
It's still very you.
Yeah, yeah.
It-
I was actually, to be honest, I was surprised at how like easily, I don't know, I shouldn't be surprised because I literally traced a photo of myself, but I was like,
yeah.
I'm still kind of like surprised that it looks like me,
It
which I don't
it
know
not
why
only
I feel
looks
that
like
way.
you as a person, but the art style looks like you as well.
Oh, aha, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Take on me.
Take on me. Um, Carrie.
Oh, I want to just say for
Okay.
Jordan really quick, Spine of Night, I agree, is a great movie. That was
Phil Gillette.
co-written and produced by Phil Gillette, who wrote Petrograd with me.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm very excited about that film, not only because it's a great movie, but because my buddy worked on it.
So Carrie, as a kid, could do logo and auto sketch and AutoCAD
Oh,
and
logo. I
mm,
remember that.
yeah, turtle up, turtle down. Um, and she and Dylan were talking about how it was maths, but
Yeah.
I think that's really cool, Carrie. You're cool.
I agree. I'm looking to see if there's any comments I missed.
And you're just the right age, too. You're not, I mean, you're older than you were then.
Jordan has a amazing theory that I'm working on a Swamp Thing comic, and I am sad to announce tonight that I am not.
Yeah. Nope. You don't even have an NDA about it. You can just be honest. Nope.
Oh, Mark says that he loved the backgrounds during Disney's Xerox era. Yeah, I was.
Yeah, those were
I've
lovely.
watched a ton of YouTube stuff about it, and there is like a lot of, or at least there's one in particular, like a Disney promotional thing that they did that was about their background painters that was really, really good. And super fake. like overproduced. Like they take a bunch of background painters out to like do landscape paintings and
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
that video, yeah.
And I love it, but it's
And that
like,
was probably their only real trip together like that.
yeah, for sure.
So you said about
Yeah.
backgrounds. I was surprised to learn that James Gurney painted the background, some of the backgrounds for
Oh yeah,
Fire and
for Fire and
Ice.
Ice.
Who else did it?
Kincaid.
Kincaid.
What was his first name? The painter of
Adam
light.
Kincaid. No.
Yeah.
Michael Kincaid. I can't remember.
Oh, Shell knows the video. They all paint the same tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, foundational video.
Thomas
Oh,
Kincaid.
Thomas Kincaid. Is Tyler working on a variant cover for Powers? No, I'm not. That would be really fun, though.
That was
I did
from,
get to see.
that was from the panel that you did.
Yeah, yeah.
Where they said that that you should do a cover for Powers as a joking thing, not an official like.
Did they say that?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have. I should do that, but I don't know if I have time actually. Oh man, has there been? Gary mentions the Otomo Master of Backgrounds. Like, has there ever been like a real? Like, I've seen there's a YouTube video going around of about the background painters, but like I wish there was like a really. I would watch like a 2-hour documentary on the background painters for Akira. That stuff is incredible. The fact there's a shot in particular in of this guy using a brush, and it's attached to this apparatus so he can do like little dots that like glide along. It looks like a clear acrylic ruler thing, and he can make little dots, and I don't know, it's magical. Yeah, Ben just shouted out my YouTube channel. That was fun.
Oh. Oh yeah. Floyd says that they're looking forward to the hardcover edition release of Out of Alcatraz.
Oh, nice.
Which
yeah,
comes out
October something.
21st, 22nd?
Yeah, towards the last half of October.
Amazon says 21st. So if anybody wants to go do pre-orders at their local shop, now's a good time to do that. Now is the time to do that.
You can pre-order them on bookshop.org.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd love to deep dive on those old, highly technical BGs. Same here. Okay, well, I think that's it. I think that's all I got to talk about. I'm going to play the intro one last time, though. You guys ready? Here it goes. Oh, yeah, it kind of does feel like the IT crowd. I can see that. All right. Well, I think that does it for me here in Computerland. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Like and subscribe. I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you can hear the crickets. They're coming through the mic.
Oh.
Yeah, we got the back door open. And the crickets are pretty loud. Thanks, everybody.
Today I put, right before the stream, I put a new picture of the baby chicks in the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
And I will invite people to the Discord if you want.
All right. Well, that does it. Don't forget to tell the people that you love how much you love them. I'm sure they would love to hear it. I love all you guys. I hope you have a great weekend and a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Be cool, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.